trustworthy?
No, not you.
Oh.
You raped my wife. I don't think you're trustworthy at all.
Oh, come on. I didn't mean it.
Did you ever feel as if you've been left out?
No.
Well, that's when it really hurts. When no one understands that you'd do a good job if you had a chance, that you'd make good.
Do a good job
you
of
feel
talking
pretty
to people.
low when you've been left out. That's the way
I
it
could
was
have
with
fucked
Eddie
her
Johnson.
ass very hard.
And this is his story. A story about the importance of trustworthiness.
A very boring story.
I'm home. Honey, I'm home. Lucy.
Well, hi, Eddie.
I'm the narrator. I'm also your father.
What are you doing?
Well, you're kind of late, and Mother was counting on you fixing this lamp.
So
I
I'm
thought I'd
going
better
to beat
do it
your
and have it ready.
ass.
Is anything wrong, son?
No.
Come on, you can trust me with your troubles, can't you, Eddie?
Why does everybody keep talking about trusting people?
Daddy, what does it
They
mean when
elected
white
Bob
stuff
the
comes out your
treasurer of our
pee-pee?
trust because he was trustworthy. And me? They put me on the cleanup
Me,
committee.
my dick's so
I
little.
wouldn't have stolen their money. What's all this about being trustworthy?
Wait a minute, wait
Well,
a
you do
minute.
have that
It can't be
spoiler on the
that
back of
bad.
your head.
Let's start from the beginning. Tell me what happened.
Well,
I was rubbing one off in class, and
I've been in our hobby club for about 3 years now. And I wanted to be treasurer. I should have been, too.
my shirt
But
is
at our meeting
choking
today-
me.
And this is Eddie Johnson's story. The story of a boy who had his heart set on being treasurer of his club.
Eddie aims
Of
low.
course, there wasn't any real reason for Eddie to be elected. But like most
Eddie's
of
a
us,
Nazi.
he just hoped. He hoped someone would nominate him. But whose name do you think they thought of first? Bob West,
Eddie
one of
Vedder.
Eddie's best friends.
Bob is popular,
Jim
not like
Small was
Eddie.
nominated too. And Mary Burns.
Slut. Whore. Whore. Whore.
But Eddie? Well, no one even thought to mention Eddie.
Eddie had the smallest
And you can't
penis of
nominate
all.
yourself, even when you want the job. So before Eddie knew it, the nominations were closed.
Oh.
And when the voting was over, Bob had won.
Oh, he's proud.
They said he was elected because
Bob
he was
had
so
8 inches
trustworthy.
of cock.
Why should they think of Bob as trustworthy and not Eddie?
Well, I'm not going to do any work in the cleanup committee. Why should they say he's trustworthy, Dad? What's being trustworthy got to do with being a treasurer?
Well, Eddie, a treasurer certainly must be trustworthy. But being trustworthy is pretty important to all of us in almost everything we do.
Being trustworthy
If you think of the
means
things
not
you
being
do every
greasy,
day,
Eddie.
I'm sure you'll see the important part that
He's
trustworthiness
a dapper
plays in
Dan.
helping us
He's
to get
got
along with others.
about a pound of grease in his hair.
Take school, for example. We all depend on teachers to fulfill their trust to the parents and all the boys and girls.
We all
to
depend
do
on
a
Aunt
good
Bee.
job of teaching, just as all the
Now,
boys and
Andy?
girls must keep trust with their
Want some
teachers
candy,
to
Andy?
prepare their lessons every day. That's how trustworthiness is important at school. And what about trustworthiness with your friends? You're willing to lend something when you can trust a friend to return it.
Willing to
And your
sexually
friends
experiment
trust
with
you
your
to
friends?
take good care of the things you borrow. Being trustworthy with your friends
Yes, okay.
is mighty important.
Stamp
And
with
how
trustworthiness.
about trustworthiness with the different groups of people you meet all around you? You trust the man in the store
Bootleggers.
to sell you
Pedophiles.
fresh things of good quality and to deal with everyone honestly and fairly. That helps us all to live together well, doesn't it? So, trustworthiness with groups is important too.
Trustworthiness is important in football.
Even in the home, trustworthiness makes it
We're gay on
easier to
3,
get
said
along.
Hike.
But I've never taken anything that I shouldn't have, or robbed anyone. I'm trustworthy.
I stole her virginity.
Let's see. I've always noticed that people have to show they can be trusted with little things,
Such as
Before they can be
lamps
trusted with
and butterfly
big things.
collars.
just like, well, doing what you say you will.
Like fixing the lamp, for instance?
Yes, fixing a lamp.
Not at all like fixing the lamp, you stupid
You
shit.
know, Dad,
Or saying you'll jack off
Come
in
to think
class.
of it,
And jacking off in
Bob
class.
is a good choice for treasurer. I can see where he has proved his trustworthiness. I was just remembering.
Zoom in.
Good Lord, where'd
Just
you get his
remember
haircut?
Remembering
was the
that Bob
beaver.
shows he can be trusted to do little things. You can always be sure, for example, that when he says he'll prepare a class report, he'll stick to it and do a good job, even when it might be more fun to do something else.
When a friend has a ping pong
That's
paddle.
not a very
I could
big
go
thing,
bang all those
but it has
chicks,
helped
but I'm
make
gonna stay
Bob
here
known
at the
for being
library
trustworthy.
and dick around.
At the charge-out desk,
What?
Bob helps out
Hey,
at
I'm
regular
here.
times.
Lift that
But he
little
always
skirt.
remembers to be on the job when he's supposed to. Being on time may seem a little thing, too. But it's another important way to show that you're trustworthy.
Argyle is the
And
international symbol
everybody
of
knows that Bob has
trustworthiness.
had experience handling money and keeping accounts. People are willing to trust someone who has proved he
He's
can do the
making up
job.
skirt videos.
Yes, all these little things have given Bob a reputation for always
see your
keeping
panty
whatever
looms.
trust he accepts.
Okay, it's 6 positive.
People do trust Bob. He deserved to be treasurer, all right. But how can I learn to be trustworthy, too?
Well, by showing that he could be trusted in little
The more
things,
important question
Bob was
is, how
trusted
can
in
your
big things,
barber
too.
learn to be
That's
more
the way.
trustworthy?
That's what I'm going to do. I guess being trustworthy is pretty important. And I'm
No.
taking that job on the cleanup committee.
I'll
Good
make a
work.
great janitor. Yay!
God, I hope my kid's not that lame.
You know, I have a lot of trusts already.
Son, why don't you try
Trust
drugs and
me.
alcohol? I think
But
that's
I
the
never
way
thought
to
of any
go.
Trust before. Trust at school, at home, and I'm gonna make sure I keep them.
Just remember to lock that ass if they try gay sex on you, Eddie.
Being trustworthy includes a lot. From now on, Eddie is going to keep trust by getting to school on time. And he's going to prepare his lessons every day.
How is that
Those are
keeping
good
trust with
ways to be
anybody
trustworthy at
that gives a
school,
rat's
aren't they?
ass?
He's going to
And
be
think of the
trustworthy
trust
by
you have
having
at home.
books.
Eddie is going to do a good job
Punctuality
when he
gets you
says he'll help
laid.
with the work around the house. And he'll make sure to take good care of all the things he's responsible for. That's the way to be trustworthy at home, isn't it?
Clean up mom's dirty tampons.
How about being trustworthy with friends? Well, after this, when Eddie wants to borrow something
but
from
no, you're
friends,
not
he's
doing
going to
that.
be certain they know he'll return it. And he'll take good care of it.
There we go. Yes.
That's one way to be
Don't-
trustworthy with your friends.
Don't fuck your friends' wives.
And what about groups? Well, Eddie has a trust with the
Well,
hobby
group
club
sex
to
is
do
a
his
different
job.
kind of trust.
But sometimes cleaning up is much fun. Why not play darts instead?
Sometimes cleaning up isn't much fun.
No one around, no one would know the difference. The cleaning could be done later.
Homoerotic
But
darts.
what was that Dad said?
I suppose if I think slowly,
People have to show they can be trusted with little things
Well.
if they want to be trusted with big
I
ones.
have little things.
If I pull down my
That's
pants,
From now
Then
on,
they'll let
Eddie
me
can be
crap on his
counted on to keep
face.
his trust with groups. That's the way a good group keeps going.
No.
Each member must keep trust.
You could go to hell, Billy. This is Trust Diary. It contains 4 things, apparently. He's not smart.
Hi, Dad.
oh, Dad, look at Playboy. Oh,
Dad.
A chart on trustworthiness with all the things we talked about on it. I've been finding out how important trustworthiness really is. And you know, Dad, you can find it everywhere.
You know, Dad, it's not that important, actually, I found out. It's really
And look,
overrated.
Dad,
It's
here's what trustworthiness means.
pretty
Here's what
worthless,
you have to
actually.
do. To be trustworthy, keep your word, play fair, do a good job, and be on time.
That sounds very good, Eddie.
And you
Yeah.
know, Dad, it really works. I've been offered the job at the library desk in our club.
You are a
That's the
disappointment
job
as a
Bob
son,
had before
Eddie.
he became treasurer.
Well, that's how Eddie Johnson learned something about trustworthiness.
He never
How
became
about you?
treasurer, but he learned
Do you
how
always
to
keep your
want to be
trust?
treasurer.
Remember, when you show you're trustworthy in little things, you'll be trusted with big things. And that's the way to gain a reputation for being trustworthy.
Again, some kind of reputation.
Didn't she already check out a book?
I'm glad to instruct
Places all.
this.
All join
Here's a
hands,
chicken
circle
beers and
left.
cigarettes.
Now circle right and listen to me.
Circle jerk and LSD.
Elementary corners like swinging on a gauge. A right to you, honey, with a right to left 8. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco.
I don't speak French. I don't.
Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls.
Beat your wife and eat your
then you'll
young.
see.
Causing cancer in the lung.
Promenade and don't you fall.
Fuck your wife in the a-hole.
Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men.
Cause you know when
Promenade straight
cause
down
them
the pike.
death.
It's time
Don't
right
you
now
feel
for a
it?
lucky
Did that.
strike.
I get it.
Stick in your ass. Fuck your ass tonight.
Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like. You just can't beat a lucky strike.
I like dykes. I don't.